Welcome to our tour of Earthschooling 5th grade. We're going to start by logging in, and you can go directly to the website www.earthschooling.com, or you can log in directly at earthschoolingmember.com. Once you get to the login page, you simply put in your username and your password. Now mine is stored in my computer, so I will just use what's stored there and I will press send. And then I will be logged in. Now once you're logged in, you'll have your name up here in the upper right corner, and you will have welcome in different languages here and say welcome member. And just so you know, if you did go directly to the website, there are two other places you can log in. You can log in using the login and navigation bar here where it says login, or you can go to the member login button there. Now the reason we have a lot of choices is because sometimes on tablets or cell phones, not all of the options show up as clearly. Now once you're logged in as a member, you have two options for navigation. You have the sidebar and you have the top tab. We recommend using the sidebar if you're on a computer because that is the easiest way to navigate the website. However, if you're on a tablet or a phone, you can also use this tab bar up here because the sidebar will not show up on your tablet or phone all the time. So we're going to 5th grade today. So all you need to do is click on Curriculum Member on the sidebar and then click on 5th grade. And that will take you directly to the 5th grade page. Now, if you are on a tablet and not on a computer or a cell phone, you can use the navigation tab at the top. You would go to Earthschooling Members, Curriculum, Curriculum Member, and then you would once again choose 5th grade. Now helping you navigate through the page is very easy because everything in the Earthschooling curriculum is in order and it follows the same organization on every curriculum page. So once you learn how to use one curriculum page, you know how to use all of them. With 5th grade, just like with every other grade, you'll have at the top of the page a guide to Earthschooling 5th grade. When you open your guide, you will see a list of everything that's in your 5th grade year and a theme for your 5th grade year. And my favorite thing about this guide, which I recommend printing out, is that at the very end it has a list of all the things in 5th grade, and it lets you do some planning for the year. Now you can use this list for planning, or like I do, you can use this list for checking off things as you finish them. So for instance, if you look at your 5th grade supply list, say, under teacher support, this is something that's only a page long and you might need to take it to the store or set it by your computer to help you order things. So I would print this. So I'll put a check mark here in the print area. But there's also columns for read, use on a tablet or computer, or watch. Because some things you won't want to print out and some things you'll just watch as a video, as an instructional video. But this is a really nice chart here to help you record or plan, or both. You can even print out the chart twice and use one chart for planning and one for recording what you finished. The first thing you'll come across is the same thing you found in your guide, and it just summarizes the 5th grade year. The next thing you'll come down to on the page, and like I said, this is the same on every curriculum page, is you will come down to the member photo galleries. And these are wonderful galleries that are comprised of photos taken by other members of their main lesson books, of their classrooms, and of their chalkboards. Once you get past the member albums, you'll come to the instructions on how to use the page, and these are just basic instructions on how to view your file online. Basically, you just click on the file, how to download it to your computer, and how to download it if you have a Mac instead of a PC. You also have these wonderful resources here, which I'm going to go back to later. I'm not going to talk about them right now because they're not part of the main curriculum. What I usually start off by doing after I print the main guide is I'll print out my supply list and purchase my supplies, and then I'll print out the sample planner. Now the planner is something you'll be using all year, and it provides you with plans for the entire year, so you can print that out now. And this is what it looks like. Now this is an example of what the first part of block 1 looks like. All these charts are a full day long. I'm only showing you half of the chart right now. And we have 6 of these charts. We have 6 blocks for 5th grade. In each of these charts, you'll see exactly what you're going to be doing during each day of the week and during each part of the day. But right now, just to demonstrate how you use this, I'm just going to use the first half of the chart. Now think of this chart as your recipe, and think of the lesson blocks that we have as the ingredients that go into your recipe. So what you'll be doing is you'll print out one chart at a time, and the easiest way to do this, the most effective way to do this, is to focus on one block at a time. You don't need to worry about planning ahead into block 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 if you're only on block 1, because we've done all the planning for you. We've planned out each block so you know exactly what you'll be doing each time of the day and each day of the week. We've planned out all your lessons, so when it says Ancient India main lessons here, you have all of those done for you. So you don't need to worry about planning your blocks or planning your lessons, because those are all done. And that's why I advise you to focus just on one block at a time. A lot of people want to get everything laid out for the whole year, and that is another option. You can print out everything for the whole year if you want to. You can look at everything for the whole year if you want to. But just warning, if that's the method you use, you probably will need some extra time to do that. And you only need to do that if you expect to integrate different lessons into this, or add lessons of your own, or modify what we've done in some way. Because we have everything here for you, and you don't need to add anything, and you don't need to modify it. But if you want to, you do have that choice. So what we're going to do here is we're going to look at block 1, just the first part here, and I'm going to focus just on block 1. And since it says Ancient India, and then it says Botany block, I'm going to go back to my main page, and I'm going to find those on this page. Now the way the page is organized is it's organized by block. So everything within one block is in one section. So first we have Ancient Persia, and then we have Ancient India, and then we have Ancient Greece, Ancient Egypt. We have some art and handwork and form drawing. We have the Botany block. We have the Geography block. We have the Language block, the Math block, some music, and then we have some teacher support, which we'll talk about later. Right now we'll focus on what we were doing with the planning. Now we have the schedule planned out for you, so all you need to do is print out the one page of that block that you're working on. I'm working on block 1 now. And in block 1 it said that I'm going to work on Ancient India. So what I'll do is I'll go down to Ancient India, and I noticed that one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be using the verses from Ancient India. So what I'll do is I'll open that, and I'll make a decision if I'm going to print it or use it on my tablet or phone, since we're going to be using these for circle time. So this has a bunch of rhymes from India, which I might be using. And since it's a short document, I think I might print this out. Then what I'll do for the main lesson part of the day is I will go to the first lessons that I'm going to do. Now everything in the Earthschooling curriculum is presented in order, just like you're reading a book, or it's a textbook, or a teacher guide going in order. So you don't have to do any planning or decision making or anything like that. All you need to do is get your one piece that you're working with and start working through it in order. So first of all, like I said, I'm going to start with the ancient India block, and I'm going to start just going through this in order. So we're going to go to lesson 1. Now, anytime we have something in blue, this is the lesson that your student is going to do. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the information that came before this, and you're going to talk to the students about that information. Now, the nice thing about the Earthschooling curriculum is that everything's written out for you. So ideally, as a teacher, you should have read that page or two that came before this ahead of class, and you would then be able to teach the students what you learned about ancient Indian civilization. However, if you don't have time, or you're in a rush, or maybe you're feeling sick that week, you can simply just read from the lesson. In some cases, students are old enough at this point, you could actually have them read the lesson as well and assign it as a reading assignment. So you do have some flexibility in this curriculum. Even though ideally you would be teaching it, you don't have to do that if that doesn't work for you that day or that week. So once you teach the curriculum, anything that the teacher will be teaching is in black. And you might even put this drawing here on your chalkboard. Anything that we put in blue is the assignment for the student. But when you go back to the schedule, you see I've already taken care of my first day because I've printed out rhymes of India that I can be using all during this block 1. I'll be using this all during block 1. Then I've printed out, or I'm going to use on a tablet or a cell phone, that's fine too. I've located my first main lessons for ancient India, and I've done my first lesson. Now when it comes to day 2, I will expand on that main lesson. When it comes to day 3, we will do the watercolor drawing of that main lesson. And then as the week goes on, you will keep expanding on that one main lesson as is described here. But if you want to, you can move on to the next lesson. If you don't want to that week, you can wait until the next week to move on to the next lesson. And like I said, the next lesson is in order. It's the very next one in the book. And so it's very easy. So once you get through your rhymes for the day and your ancient India lesson, you simply shut your book or put a bookmark in it, or if it's on a tablet, you just turn it off, and then you go to your next block. Since my next block that I'm going to be working with today is the botany block, I will either download this and locate it in a certain place on my computer, or I will open it up on my tablet, or I will print it out. And the first lesson we're going to do is we're going to work with Introduction to Plants. Now once again, going back here, remember that before you open your first lesson, if you need help, we do have a lot of help for this. There's a teacher guide, there's a there's a video teacher guide that shows a Waldorf teacher going through her main lesson book. These are very inspirational and can often get you off to a running start, but you don't need to use them if you don't need them. All you really need to do is just open your botany main lesson book, just like we did with the ancient India, and once again, all the lessons for parents or teachers are in black, and the direct lessons for the students or children are in blue. Once we get through the lesson and we've taught the students what we've read from the text, or we've read it to them, or we've had them read it, then we have the assignment. The assignment is described here in blue, and that's your assignment you're going to give to your student. And there's a visual here. Then once I get done with these blocks, I'll go on to block 2, which also has a chart and a schedule, and also has main lessons that I can follow. Many of these blocks have additional drawings and activities. For example, this block has some vocabulary and hieroglyphics that we learned for ancient Egypt. Now at any time, if you need any help at all with any of the blocks, you can scroll down to the very bottom, and at the very bottom of every curriculum page is a set of teacher tutorial videos and instructions that pertain to that grade. And at the very, very bottom of the page of every curriculum, here's something that's very unique to Earthschooling. We're the only curriculum that offers eurythmy lessons for each grade. And these are something that are offered by a professional eurythmist, and she gives you guidelines on how to teach them, and then there are videos that she provides that show you how to do them. So you can follow along in the video with your student.
In the first blocks that we've been exploring, we've been looking at how we become conscious of the...
And as you can see, the movements are clearly expressed in the video.
The heart side of your...
Now that we've explored the teacher support videos and the eurythmy, we're going to go back to these pages here. The 5th grade frequently asked questions is a page of frequently asked questions for 5th grade that are specific to 5th grade, and you open it up and you get to see these questions and answers. We also have a 5th grade enrichment page which provides enrichment lessons for that grade, which are extra lessons that go beyond the basic lessons that you have. We also have a page for every grade that's called Math Worksheets and Resource Page, because as you know, we provide all of the math lessons that you need and instructions you need to teach math, but some students need more practice than others. So we provide a list of curated links to worksheets that you can use and print out, and some teachers will actually give those worksheets to their students, and other teachers will simply copy from those worksheets onto the board for their students to use. And these are very useful because it means that you don't have to think up the problems in your head. We've already provided the problems and the answers to you. And that's all for your 5th grade page. So a quick summary: you have your Getting Started guide that you can print out. Then you can print out your supply list and your planner. And then you can look at block 1 and decide what you need. You locate those items and you either print them out or download them, and then you start working through them in order. If you need any help, there are teacher support videos at the very end, and for movement in the morning or afternoons, you can do your eurythmy lessons. Thank you for watching your Earthschooling tour through 5th grade. You also will want to check out our video, Tour Through Earthschooling Member Benefits, because along with this page of lessons you get for 5th grade, you also get a lot of other member benefits. You get access to essential parent-teacher guides, tech support, member newsletters that are sent out every Sunday, a member's blog, which actually has extra verses and stories and lessons and seasonal activities on it, more member galleries, because these are just specific to 5th grade, but there are other galleries for different seasons and classrooms and things that are more universal. You have access to my photo galleries, access to legal resources and services, the Earthschooling member chat, general Earthschooling frequently asked questions, and a link to book an appointment. So all of these are described in the video Tour Through Earthschooling Member Benefits. Thank you for joining us today.